My beloved child, as I look down upon this world, through layers of smoke and dust, born from stacked deceptions, through eyes that no longer reflect innocence, through souls hardened by the habit of manipulating truth to fulfill selfish desires, my heart grows heavy, not because I am surprised, for I knew these days would come, but because I see you gradually losing yourself in the whirlwind of falsehood and scheming. You were not born to become a deceiver. I did not breathe life into you so that you might use your wisdom as a tool to lead others into darkness. I created you to dwell in the light, that every word you speak might carry life, and every deed reflect the kindness of your Father. But then, you grew up in a world that has forgotten the value of truth. You were taught that success does not come to the righteous, that honesty only makes one weak and vulnerable. You heard people praise the cleverness of those who know how to hide their wrongs, who craft a false image, who bend the truth for personal gain. And you, even if at first it was only a small step away from righteousness, began to grow accustomed to deceit. At first, it was to protect yourself. Then, it became a means to get what you wanted. And eventually, you no longer recognize the boundary between what is true and what is false within your own heart. My child, I have seen it all. I have heard every word you uttered, whether whispered in secret or declared aloud. I have seen the moments when you sat alone, burdened with the weight of knowing you had just deceived someone. I have also seen the times you tried to comfort yourself with the thought, everyone does it. It was just a small lie. But my dear child, it is those small lies, those seemingly harmless choices, that are slowly corroding your soul, turning a heart once radiant with light into a barren place, void of life. Deceit may bring temporary results, but it will never bring peace. And you know this, for there has not been a single night when you truly rested in peace. Not when your mind still harbors things you must hide. I have not come to condemn you. I have come to rescue you. I do not reveal your falsehoods to shame you, but to set you free, for I know that only in truth can you truly be liberated. It is I who declared, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." But you cannot know the truth if you continue to run from it. You cannot experience peace if you keep building your life upon the foundation of pretense. My beloved child, I know there are things within you that you are afraid to face. Mistakes of the past, promises broken, actions you knew were wrong yet still carried out. You fear that if others found out, they would turn away from you. You worry that if you lived truthfully, you would no longer be accepted. But my child, I am not like the world. I know every one of your faults, and still I love you. Not because you pretend to be good, but because I see your true worth, far beyond anything you've ever done wrong. I see your soul still carrying the light I placed within you from the very beginning, and I want to restore that, not by covering it up, but by bringing light into every shadow you've been hiding. My child, I have prepared a path for you, not a smooth one, but a firm and steady one, not an easy one, but a path where I will walk beside you. On this path, you do not need to wear a mask. You don't need to play a role that no longer feels like your own. On this path, you can be honest with yourself, with others, and with me. You will no longer have to live in fear of being found out, nor live in the tension of words left unspoken. Instead, you will live with a light heart, a healed spirit, and a life that brings hope to others who are also trapped in the darkness you once knew so well. I am the one who has lit the way for you through every generation, through every word of Scripture, through every quiet stirring in your heart. So many times, when you were about to choose what was wrong, I whispered gently, "Don't do that." So many times, when you were ready to deceive, I stirred your conscience. So many times, when you longed to live truthfully again, I opened a door for you, even when you didn't have the strength to walk through it. But now, I say to you once more, not with thunder, but with love, come home. Come home to truth. Come home to the light. Come home to the very person I created you to be. You may think you've gone too far, but there is no distance beyond my reach. You may believe you've lost your chance, but I am the one who gives second chances, and third, and far more. As long as you still desire to step out of the darkness, I will be the light shining upon your path. As long as your heart still yearns to live honestly, I will grant you the strength to do so day by day, choice by choice, word by word. The world may continue to drown in lies. They may build walls of illusion, of deception, cloaked in eloquent speech, filtered images, and counterfeit smiles. But I am calling you to live differently. I am calling you to be salt and light. I am calling you to live truthfully, so that others may see your light and glorify your Father in heaven. You may not become perfect overnight, but you will take steady steps on a righteous path, and I will be with you on every step of that journey. My child, it is time to stop running. It is time to lay down the burden of pretending. It is time to lift your head, not because you have no faults, but because you have been forgiven. No one in this world has the right to define your worth except me. No past is strong enough to imprison you once you decide to walk with me, and no darkness can overcome the light I have placed inside you. Come to me, my beloved. Let me hold your hand, dry your tears, and whisper into your ear, you are not a deceiver. You are my light in a world full of shadows, and from that moment on, you will live differently, no longer striving to get what you want at any cost, but choosing instead to live by the true value for which you were created, a righteous child of God, loved, redeemed, and sent forth to reveal the truth of heaven's kingdom in a world desperately searching for light but not knowing where to find it. Can you hear my voice? Child, it is not the voice of condemnation, but the voice of love calling out to you. Answer me, my child, because when you return, you will not only find light for yourself, but become a beacon for other souls who are waiting to see truth reflected in you. And that, my dear one, is the very reason I created you, to live truthfully, to love deeply, and to bear witness to the light in a world that has lost its way. My beloved child, this moment is not an ordinary tick in the turning wheel of time, but a sacred point, marked by the quiet yet powerful shifting of the unseen. There are winds blowing through your life, winds no human eye can see. There are spiritual currents moving gently but deliberately around you. And if you do not pause, if you do not open your heart to truly listen, you will miss my gentle yet mighty call. This is not a time for you to live superficially. This is not the season to chase after the noise of the world, to be drawn by seductive but hollow invitations, or to pursue things that seem urgent yet are slowly corroding your soul. I am calling you not with thunder, but with the whisper of love's breath, inviting you to stop, to release every distraction, and to listen with the fullness of your heart. My child, there is so much moving around you. Everything seems rushed, frantic, as if you must keep up or be left behind. But I say this to you, not every movement is a sign of life. Not every call is worth your pursuit, and not everything that sparkles is light from heaven. Some movements exist only to mislead you, to pull your heart away from its true purpose. There are forces that seek to distance you from the stillness where I wait for you, forces that wear down your heart, cloud your mind, and wither your spirit because you are disconnected from the true source of life. My beloved child, I know how easy it is for you to be swept away by this world. The pressures, the expectations, the unseen comparisons all weigh upon your shoulders with a burden so heavy that even you cannot find the words to describe it. You strive not to fall behind, not to be forgotten, to prove yourself worthy. But, my child, in the midst of all these pursuits, you have slowly forgotten me, and more importantly, you are losing yourself. For a soul that lives only to meet the standards of the world will never find true satisfaction. Only when you return to that inner voice where I dwell will you find rest for your soul. My dear child, I do not blame you for having wandered. I understand the frailty of the human heart. But today, I call you once again. Open your heart wide. Let the layers you've wrapped around yourself, layers born of fear, disappointment, and pain, be peeled away, so you can truly listen, not with your ears, but with the sensitivity of your soul. For I am speaking to you, and what I speak is not mere advice, but life itself. It is the sacred source you need to live rightly, to live deeply, and to live authentically. Do you know this? Amid the countless noises of this life, my voice remains gentle and unchanged. It does not force, it does not threaten, but it holds the power to heal and restore. When you choose to listen, you are choosing life. When you stop and return, you are opening the door for light to enter the deepest parts of your heart, the very places that have long been cold, untouched by true love. Do not wait for another storm to teach you that peace only comes when you are in my embrace. Do not let more tears fall because you chose to believe lies instead of listening to the truth that comes from heaven. The time has come, my child, not because I am in haste, but because this is the appointed moment for your transformation. You do not need to be perfectly prepared to draw near to me. It is your brokenness, your lostness, your weariness that I long to heal. Come to me just as you are, without hiding, without pretense, without pretending, and I will do something new. I will lay a new foundation within your heart. I will restore what you thought was lost forever. I will open your eyes to see what truly matters. And I will help you let go of the things that have only left your soul dry and weary. My precious child, when the world tells you that your worth lies in what you can achieve, I say to you, your worth comes simply from your existence in my love. When others urge you to rise above your peers, I only desire for you to go deeper into my presence. When the world pushes you into an exhausting race, I invite you to sit with me in stillness and know that I am your God. Not all movement is good, and not all stillness is stagnation. It is in holy silence that you will hear my voice most clearly. And it is in those moments when you open your heart to listen that you will know exactly what I am inviting you to step into. I am doing a new thing. My child, I am shifting the spiritual climate around you. I am shaking what is unstable in order to establish what is eternal. And I do not want you to merely stand as a witness, but to walk with me as a companion. Yet for that to happen, you must listen. Not to gain more knowledge, but to be transformed, not to feel a fleeting emotion, but to be renewed permanently. I am inviting you to enter a new depth, a place where distraction no longer has power, where my voice becomes clearer than anything else, where your heart is restored to love, to live, and to carry my light into the lives of those who are wandering in the dark. So then, my child, open your heart, silence the noise, pause in the middle of this busy life. Let your soul become soft ground where the seed of my word can be planted. Do not wait until life forces you to stop. Choose stillness today. Intentionally, choose me. For when you choose to listen, you are choosing life. And when you open your heart wide, you are inviting me in to do what you never dared to dream possible. I am here. I've always been here. And I am calling you not to scold you, but to lift you up, to pull you away from the things that are distracting you, and to bring you back to yourself. Listen, my child, for the time has come, and life is waiting for you in every word that I speak. My beloved child, I know every thought that lives in your heart, every silent prayer you whisper in the long and lonely nights. Every time you lift your eyes to the sky, weighed down with questions that have no clear answer, I have seen you searching through tears, through silence. Even in the moments when you tried to appear strong, though your heart felt hollow, there have been days when you pleaded for a sign, a clear voice from me, a specific direction so you could move forward without fear or confusion. You asked me, why is everything so unclear? Why can't I see the road ahead? Why must I keep groping through the darkness? And today, I do not come to you with an easy promise, but with a loving truth. You are standing at a crossroads in your life, a place where your choice, not your circumstances, not other people, will shape the destiny that lies ahead of you. My child, I do not shroud things in fog to frighten you or cause you to stray. I do not hide myself to test your faith in vain. The uncertainty you are experiencing is not the absence of me, it is a divine invitation. It is the moment when I am preparing your soul not only to follow the light, but to discern true light from what is false. In this season, I am not only leading you, I am forming you into one who can lead others. But for that to happen, you must choose. And that choice will not arise from emotion, nor from pressure, but from a deep listening within, where my voice has always been echoing. You are standing at a crossroad where every path seems plausible, where each road is painted with different promises. One appears easy, one appears full of reward, and another seems difficult and uncertain, but it is the very road where I am waiting for you to come. I do not force you, for true love always honors freedom. But I want you to know, my path is not always convenient, but it is always right. It is not always comfortable, but it leads to life and true fulfillment. The other paths, though paved with praise, though decorated with visible success, will slowly dehydrate your soul and lead you away from the true identity I planted within you from the beginning. My child, I know you are weary. I know you have made wrong choices before, but there is no mistake too great that could make me abandon you. There is no detour in your life that I cannot use to create something new. Yet this moment right here, right now, is a decisive one. It is not a decision about something trivial or passing, but a decision that has the power to alter the course of your entire journey. This is the moment when you must choose to walk in my guidance, or to keep chasing the voice of your own heart, the noise of the world, and the fleeting illusions that lead nowhere. Do not be afraid. My beloved, you are not standing at this crossroads alone. I am here, with arms forever open, with a heart beating with unchanging love. I will not remain silent when you sincerely seek me, but I need you to quiet the noise around you so you can hear my voice within you. I need you to pause long enough to realize that what you need is not a detailed map for the future, but a faithful step today, a step taken in faith, a step not anchored in what you see, but in the one you believe in. And when you choose to walk with me, step by step, you will see that the fog will gradually be replaced by a deep peace, not born of circumstances, but of my presence. My dear child, this crossroads is not merely the intersection of three paths, it is the convergence of what is temporary and what is eternal, of momentary satisfaction and everlasting blessing, of your small self and my greater will. The choice you make today will sow the harvest you reap tomorrow, whether it be a season of blessing or one of regret. I do not say this to pressure you, but to help you grasp the weight of this sacred moment. Not every second in life is a turning point, but this very moment is one of divine destiny, and I want you to choose the path of light, the path where, even against the wind, you will know you are never alone, the path where, even when it costs you something, your soul remains whole. The path where you will finally meet your truest self, the best version of who you are made whole in, my love. For my path is not only the right path, it is the only one that will lead you to become the person I dreamed of from the beginning, a strong, loving child who reflects the light of heaven in a darkened world. So then, my child, be courageous and choose well. Do not let the fear of the unknown hold you back from stepping into the goodness I have already prepared for you. Do not let past mistakes make you hesitant in the present. And do not let the voices of the world drown out the loving whisper I am placing in your heart. Remember this, I do not call the perfect, I call the willing. And if you are willing today, everything else will be added in due time. You only need to choose me. Choose the light, and walk forward with a trusting heart. I am always here, waiting for you at the bend where life meets eternity. And whenever you return, you will find I have never stepped away. For the love I have for you is not conditional. It does not change with the seasons, and it never expires. Choose my path, my child, for there, you will not only find your direction, but you will find yourself, and then you will understand, sometimes, the fog is only preparation for the clearest light, the light of a life led, loved, and shaped by my own hands. My beloved child, there are things taking place in the unseen that your physical eyes cannot perceive, and there are silent battles happening around you every single day, not battles of flesh and blood, but battles of the soul and the will, of light and darkness, of the sacred purpose I placed within you, and the forces that are trying to dismantle it. You may not recognize it. You may believe that everything is simply coincidence, that the trials, the temptations, the missteps in your life are merely natural consequences. But I tell you, nothing is random when you carry a mission from heaven. There are unseen forces at work around you, quiet, persistent, and cunning. They do not shout, but they plant distorted thoughts, counterfeit emotions, and impulsive desires in your heart to slowly steer you away from the sacred path I have laid out for you. My child, there are things that sound reasonable, but are not right. There are words that seem sweet, yet are filled with hidden deception. There are opportunities that appear to be blessings, but are actually intricate traps from the darkness. The world does not simply seek to make you stumble, it aims to make you doubt your worth and your divine calling. It does not destroy you in one night, but slowly shifts your mind off course through small compromises, accumulated weariness, and whispers that sow doubt within. And when you are not watchful, you begin to accept what does not belong to the light. You begin to make peace with the very things that once broke your heart. You begin to step off the path I marked for you just to please people, or to avoid facing your own reflection. Today, I speak to you with urgency, not to instill fear, but to awaken you, because there is one vital truth your soul must grasp with all its strength. Your choice today will shape the entire direction of your life tomorrow. You cannot afford to live passively when unseen forces are silently manipulating your emotions and your decisions. You cannot shut your eyes to the truth that you are in a war not to gain applause from the world, but to keep your soul from being lost. You were not born merely to survive, you were born to live fully in the divine purpose I etched into your soul before your very first breath. And that purpose, if you do not guard it, if you do not remain alert, will be lost amidst the noise and pressures surrounding you. My beloved child, I do not speak these words to burden you with fear. I know you already carry enough. But if I remain silent, you may come to believe that you can navigate everything on your own, that being spiritually awake is optional, that neglecting the sacred is simply a personal choice. But no, my child, every moment of negligence opens a door for darkness to enter. Every compromise is a step away from the light, and each time you ignore the warning within your heart, you are allowing forces not of me to write your life story with hands that are not your own. I have seen many of my children wander this path. It often begins with a simple doubt. Then comes the weariness, the disillusionment, and slowly they begin to accept what stands in opposition to the truth. Eventually, they can no longer recognize who they are in my eyes. They become a distorted reflection, molded by the world, rather than the masterpiece I lovingly created with divine purpose. I do not want that for you. You are the child I have chosen, called, and preserved. You carry a light no one else can carry. You have a place in heaven's grand design that, if left unfulfilled, will leave a void nothing else can fill. Therefore, my child, stay awake. Do not allow foreign energies to harden your heart. Do not let the voices of this world cause you to question my promises. Do not let fleeting desires, momentary pleasures, or invisible pressures pull you from the path of light. Each time you feel unclear, it is an invitation from me to step back, to listen, and to seek me more deeply. Each time you are drawn into something that feels uncertain, ask yourself, does this bring me closer to God, or further away? For the answer to that question will draw the line between life and spiritual death. You are not alone. I am here, always here, never a step away. I speak not because I doubt you, but because I love you fiercely. I know you are strong, but I also know you are tender. And because of that, I want you covered in truth, in love, and in the light that flows from heaven. Do not fear when I warn you. Rejoice that you are loved enough for me not to let you harm yourself. And remember, even if you stray, the moment you turn back, I will be there not to rebuke you, but to gather you in my arms and restore all that was lost. My beloved child, you are living in a sacred time. Much is stirring in the unseen realm to prepare a new season in your life. But to enter it, you must keep your heart pure, your soul awake, and your faith anchored in me. Only when you truly know what is precious can you find the courage to let go of what is slowly corroding your spirit. And when you do that, you will see every closed door, every blocked turn, every dream that seemed shattered is making space for something greater, deeper, and holier, a life not guided by the world, but by my very hand. I love you. and I cannot stay silent while your soul is being pulled away from the light. So today, I speak not to make you anxious, but to awaken you. Rise, my child. Walk with eyes wide open, with a heart on guard, and ears attuned to my voice. For a crucial choice is waiting for you. And I know, if you place your trust in me, you will never be lost. Never. My beloved child. This moment, this very instant, is unlike any other time you've walked through. It does not shout. It does not ring with loud alarms as you might expect. But it is a monumental turning point in your soul's journey. This is the hour when all of heaven holds its breath, waiting for you to make a choice. A choice that may appear simple, quiet, insignificant to the outside world, but carries the weight of destiny. A choice that will either draw you closer to me, to your truest self, as I designed you, or gradually distance you from the light, pulling you into a swirl of confusion, doubt, and disorientation. My child, I know life sometimes blurs the lines. Right and wrong no longer seem as clear as they were when you were young. This world has dressed falsehood in appealing garments, has made danger look desirable, and wrapped emptiness in brilliance. And you, a soul still searching for truth among countless seemingly harmless options, now stand at a crossroads where only your heart, illuminated by me, can discern the true consequence of the path before you. You need not fear this choice, but you must treat it with the gravity it deserves. Because the decision you make today will echo not only through days and weeks, but into the unfolding of your future, and even into the lives of those whom you are destined to touch. People may not see it. They may not understand it. They may dismiss this decision as small, ordinary, unworthy of deep reflection. But I, the one who has seen the end from the very beginning, I know that this choice is the origin of many doors, the wellspring of outcomes that will unfold in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Every choice you make today does not rest quietly in the past. It is a seed buried in the soil of time. And one day it will bear fruit. And my child, that fruit will be either life and peace, or regret and barrenness. So do not take this moment lightly. Look deeper. Listen not just with your ears, but with your spirit, for I am whispering beside you not to control you, but to show you the path that leads to life. O my chosen one, you may not yet see it, but there are forces at work, moving in silence, seeking to confuse you, weaken you, and plant doubt in your heart. They do not come as monsters, but as voices of reason, as pleasant detours, as fleeting emotions that pull you away from the deeper purpose I have placed within you. They will not steal you with violence, but with apathy, discouragement, delay, and sweet-sounding lies. They will not make you lose your way in a single night, but day by day, decision by decision, tiny compromises that slowly numb the fire within. And then one day, you may awaken and no longer recognize who you are, or why you're even here. But I am here. I have never left your side. I know your weakness. I see your weariness. I understand your longing for truth, even when you don't know where to find it. That is why I do not merely warn you, I extend my arms to lift you. I am ready to walk beside you, to light every step you take. If you are willing to silence the world's noise and listen to my voice, I do not call you because you are already strong, but because I know you were made for something far greater than you imagine. I do not love you because you never fall, but because even in your falls, I see a flicker of flame that must be protected and revived. That flame is what terrifies the darkness. That flame is why you are under attack. And that flame is what I am guarding with, my everlasting love. So, my child, listen to the stirring within your heart. Remember, walking in harmony with me is not a burden, it is a return. Not a cage, but a deep and perfect freedom. When you choose the light, you are not only saving yourself, you are blazing a trail for those who will follow. You are altering the course of not just one soul, but of generations. For in every one of my children is a ripple of influence that cannot be measured by fame or numbers, but only by the transformation of the heart. You were not chosen to be perfect, but to be obedient, not to know everything, but to trust me in the unknown, not to move fast, but to walk rightly. So choose with courage born of love. Do not let doubt silence you before my voice. Do not let the past make you afraid of the future. And do not let the temporary rob you of the eternal. I am here bright, steady, and full of mercy. I extend my hand, not to coerce, but to lift you to your feet in this sacred hour. I believe you will choose well. I believe the light within you will prevail, and I will walk with you until the very end. As long as you let me walk beside you, my child, step forward, choose the path of life, and you will see the decision you make today, though it may seem small, will become the foundation for the great things I have prepared since before time began. I love you, and I am waiting for your answer. From the depths of your heart, my beloved, there are words I must speak not to frighten you, but to awaken something in you, to stir the deepest part of your soul that you may have forgotten, that you are a child destined for greatness. Not greatness as the world defines it, loud, dazzling, or praised by crowds, but a sacred greatness. A greatness that brings light into the darkness. A greatness that lives a life of divine purpose, where every step contributes to healing, to transformation, and to true life. But to walk in that greatness, you must learn to listen. And today, I urgently tell you, if you do not heed this warning now, if you do not act in this moment, you will find yourself lost in a coming storm, a storm that does not begin with violence, but grows slowly with every moment you delay. My child, I know there are times when you feel you are walking the wrong way, when each step feels like falling into a void, when you are unsure whether the sacrifices you've made are worth it. I know you have cried, have pleaded, have screamed in your heart, Father, am I still on the right path? And today, I answer you, yes, you are on the right path, even when you cannot see the destination, even when you walk through the fog, because obedience is not believing after seeing, but believing before seeing. And you are living by faith, not by sight. That pleases me deeply. But you must also understand that the path to greatness is never easy. It is a path of trials, where every decision reaffirms that you choose light over darkness, faith over doubt, integrity over compromise. The forces of darkness are not afraid of a passive soul, but they tremble when you begin to walk in the fullness of my design. They know you bear a heavenly mark. They know you were made to influence, and so they attack you through doubt, fatigue, and sugar-coated lies that you're not enough, that you've gone astray, that you will fail. But my child, do not believe them. Do not let those poisonous whispers become truth in your heart. You are the child I chose, called, and placed in this world as an unquenchable light. Look at what you've already overcome. The wounds that almost broke you. The dark seasons you thought you'd never escape. the accusations that nearly made you lose yourself. Yet you are still here, not because you were too strong, but because my grace was too great. Not because you never fell, but because I kept lifting you. If I brought you through all those storms, why would I leave you now? No, my child, I have never left you, not for a moment. But now, you must choose to keep walking toward the sacred calling, or to quietly surrender and let the storm sweep you away. If you do not act now, if you let the voice of doubt take root, if you hesitate on the edge between light and shadow, you will find yourself sinking deeper into chaos. And that storm will not begin with thunder or lightning on the outside, but with coldness on the inside, a soul no longer longing for truth, a heart that no longer cries out, a faith no longer nourished. That is the storm to fear, not the outer trials, but the inner collapse of the spirit, the blurred line between truth and lie, between what I have spoken and what the world whispers. So I call you now, back to clarity, back to the first love, the love that made you brave, that kept you through your darkest nights, that never withdrew even when you grew weary, stumbled, or doubted. I am extending my hand, inviting you to cross the threshold of delay into the season of action, of decision, of consecration, because this moment matters more than you know. One choice today will become the foundation for everything I'm about to do in your life. And if you don't rise now, you will miss the wonder waiting ahead. My child, do not let fear make you hesitate. Greatness always carries a cost, but that cost cannot compare to the eternal reward I have prepared for the faithful. You will stand firm in the storm, not because you are mighty, but because you are held in my arms. You will not be swept away, because your soul is anchored in my word, and you will never be lost. As long as you return to my voice when your heart is clouded, act now, O child of light. Stand, even if your legs tremble. Walk, even if the path is unclear. Believe, even if doubts still stir within you. For the courage you show in the midst of uncertainty is the truest proof that you belong to me. And once you act upon this divine call, all of heaven will move to support you, to make a way, and to silence the storm around you before the power of the one you are following. I am always here, steadfast, merciful, patient, and ready to perform wonders in your life if only you would respond today. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, but in this very moment, charged with eternal significance. For today, you are being called, and your response will shape the entire path ahead. I love you, and I believe in you, because you were created for something far greater than you realize. And now is the time to step into that purpose fully, without hesitation, without turning back. My beloved child, I want you to grasp a truth so vital that your soul, in the busyness of life, may have unintentionally overlooked it. The moment is now, not tomorrow, not when you feel more prepared, not when everything becomes clear. Right now, in what may seem like an ordinary moment, a door has been opened before you, a door leading to a path I carefully wove for you long before your first cry. You did not stumble into this moment by chance. Every experience, every wound, every whispered prayer, every seemingly meaningless failure has converged into a map that brings you to this exact point, a threshold that could alter the entire course of your life. My child, I know you still hesitate. You wonder if you are strong enough to go on, if you are truly hearing a call from heaven or just fleeting desires of an unsteady heart. But I tell you this, Clarity does not always precede action. Faith does not demand full illumination. It asks for the courage to move forward, even when you see only the next single step. I need you to trust this moment, for it is not a coincidence, but a divine orchestration quietly unfolding around you. Even if your eyes cannot yet see the full design, the forces of light are already at work behind the scenes, like invisible hands rearranging events and pieces to prepare a path that no one but you can walk. But for it to become reality, you must take the step not by feeling, but through surrender. If you continue to delay, if you keep lingering in questions with no end, if you keep placing your hope in a better time that never arrives, you risk missing a priceless opportunity I prepared solely for you. Not every opportunity comes again. Not every door stays open. And not every moment carries the destiny that this one does. The greatness of a life is often sparked by simple yet courageous acts, a silent decision of immense weight, a small step driven by unwavering faith. My beloved, I also need you to be vigilant, for it is not only light that is at work. Other forces are also watching you, silent, subtle, and cunning. They do not appear as dreadful beings as you imagine. They hide within advice that sounds reasonable, in relationships that seem friendly, in shortcuts that promise ease but lack true peace. The enemy does not need to topple you with great sins. It only needs to nudge you off course, step by step, through quiet distractions and lies dressed as truth. It knows your weaknesses. It understands what pulls your attention, what causes you to delay, what makes you doubt your worth, and it will use those very things to draw you away from the path of light, leading you into a place where your soul grows numb without your awareness. Therefore, my child, more than ever, you must learn to discern between truth and falsehood, between my voice and the noise of the world, between true peace and temporary comfort. Do not be deceived by promises that sound sweet but are empty. Do not be drawn to paths that feel easy but lack my presence, and do not judge by appearance alone. What comes from me will always bring clarity, will strengthen your faith, will cause your spirit to grow even when it requires sacrifice, even when it causes pain. You must understand that true blessing does not arise from convenience, but from obedience. It is not found in the path of least pain, but in the path that is most right. And often, the right path is the one you least expect, but it is also the path I will walk with you, holding your hand through every trial, clearing every obstacle, turning every wound into strength, so that you do not merely survive, but live with purpose. Live brightly. Live as you were created to. My child, do not let the noise of the world drown out the sacred whisper within. Do not let earthly opportunities turn your back on eternal destiny. And do not let criticism make you forget the voice that once called your name with joy and hope. You were not created to live a mediocre life. You were created to reflect the light in a world lost in confusion. And that light can only shine when you dare to believe in this moment. Dare to act while things remain unclear. And dare to stand firm even when all around you urges you to step back. I am here, always here, not only to lead, but to protect, not only to enlighten, but to walk beside you, not only to bless, but to preserve your soul in wholeness and peace despite the storms. I do not need you to be perfect. I need you to be faithful. I do not require you to understand everything. I need you to walk in trust. For once you step forward, I will move. And once you believe, what once seemed impossible will begin to unfold. My beloved child, This moment is a grace. Do not let it pass like the wind. Do not wait until the door closes to realize it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Act. Rise. Believe. For what I have appointed for you is closer than ever before. And if you take my hand now, every opposing force will retreat. Every lie will be exposed. And a new season will open, a season of light, of restoration, and of the fullness of purpose I placed in your soul before time began. My beloved child, there are things in your life you cannot see with your eyes, yet they are happening every hour, every moment, like the quiet flow of a deep river. You may think you walk alone, that your efforts are in vain, that your whispered prayers vanish into the void. But I want you to know a sacred, gentle, yet vital truth: you are never alone. There are forces moving quietly behind the scenes of your life, forces of light sent not to do everything for you, but to support, align, and prepare everything necessary for you to step into the goodness I have ordained since before time began. My child, there are events that seem random, people who appear unexpectedly, doors that open not when you hoped, and others that close before you're ready to say goodbye, but none of these are by chance. They are links in a perfect plan orchestrated by angels of light, holy spirits ever in motion by command from heaven, weaving divine order into your life. Every delayed dream, every broken heart, every time you wandered and returned, all of it rests in my wise hands. And nothing is wasted. These forces may remain unseen, but you will feel them in moments of unexplainable comfort, when you almost fell but stood firm, when hope rose again though all seemed lost. They are there. My child, they do not leave you, do not forsake you, and have not forgotten their mission. I appointed them to aid you, guide you, and fight for you in realms your eyes cannot perceive. But there is one crucial truth you must understand: they cannot act until you choose to move. Heaven's help is never forced. It waits until you are ready. Your first step, no matter how trembling or small, is the signal that sets into motion a sacred sequence I have long prepared for you. I know that the first step is always the hardest. You have grown accustomed to your comfort zone, to the familiar, even when it brings restlessness or monotony. You fear what you cannot control, fear uncertainty, fear unanswered questions. But I do not call you into temporary safety. I call you into enduring faith. I do not demand full understanding. I ask you to trust the one who understands all things. To step into light does not mean the darkness vanishes, but that you choose to trust the light even while the darkness lingers. It is the courage to move forward without seeing the entire road, simply because you believe I am ahead, and that your steps are not in vain. Faith is not a fleeting feeling. Faith is the intentional action of a soul that knows it is not alone, a soul that steps forward not because it knows the destination, but because it knows who awaits it there. And I, the one who created the universe, who knows every hair on your head, who sees even the tears that have yet to fall, am already there, ready to welcome your step with a downpour of blessings beyond anything you've imagined. The forces of light are waiting for a signal from your very courage, that they may open the way, align, provide, and restore. But you must choose. You must act, and that action cannot be postponed forever. My beloved, do not let uncertainty hold you back from a season brimming with potential. Do not let the comfort of a familiar but unremarkable present rob you of the chance to enter into greatness. Do not wait for everything to be perfect before you begin. For perfection never precedes, it is the fruit of brave obedience. Do not wait for fear to disappear before you go. For I do not need a heart without fear. I need a heart that places its trust in the right place. And if you place your trust in me, in my promises, then even if your steps still tremble, all of heaven will stand behind you. My beloved child, you may stumble, you may lose your rhythm, you may even doubt the very decisions you once made with conviction. But I promise you this, no step taken toward me is ever wasted. No effort to live in the light goes unnoticed. No prayer of yours falls to the ground unheard. And no soul that dares to step out of the darkness is ever left standing alone, for I am here, arms wide open, ready to embrace, ready to restore, ready to bring you fully back into my perfect design. So, rise up. My child, open your heart. Choose to walk not by feeling, but by the word I have spoken over your life. Choose to trust, not in your fragile strength, but in my limitless power. And then, you will see, every small piece begins to fall into place. Closed doors begin to open. Crooked paths begin to straighten. And what once seemed too late will become right on time. You will begin to see clearly that it was never just you overcoming the trials, but the forces of light sent by me who were always there, helping, fighting, and walking alongside you. I love you. I believe in you. And I wait for your first step like a father waits for his son returning from years of wandering. Do not delay. My beloved, step forward and let the light begin its miraculous work in your life. For the time is now, and heaven's angels are standing ready to move. My precious child, there are moments in life, unlike any other sacred thresholds, where the soul realizes it stands before a divine turning point, where a single step can shift the course of destiny. And this moment, my child, is one of those moments. This is not a coincidence, not a fleeting emotion, not a random intersection along a hazy path. This is a sacred hour, written into time by my own hand, surrounded by the forces of light who are watching, guarding, and silently waiting for you to make the choice that will define the rest of your journey. Do you know? These forces, the angels of light, the holy ones I have sent, are always with you, even when you cannot see them, even when your ears hear nothing, even when you feel utterly alone in the storm. They are there. They have never left you. They were present on the days you fell, lifting you up when your strength was gone, whispering hope into your weary mind when the shadows tried to drown out my voice. They are the silent companions of your soul's journey, the beams of light piercing through the night to remind you, you are loved, you are protected, you are called for something greater. But, my child, though these forces walk beside you, they cannot take the steps for you. Light does not force its way in. True love does not impose. Help from heaven can only act when you agree, when you willingly open your heart and choose to follow the light. And that journey begins with one decision: to let go of the past, release what is old, what has burdened your soul for too long. The mistakes, the stumbles, the wounds you've let define you, lay them down. You are not your failures. You are not what you lost. You are not the judgment others placed on your name. You are my beloved child, held in my holy hands, carrying within you a future etched in light upon the stars. Do not doubt this truth, for I am the one who crafted that path. Not a single star shines in the sky apart from my hand, and not a single dream born from truth and love within you is meaningless. Your future is not written by fear. It is written by hope, by faith, by every heartbeat that dares to step forward even when the mind is filled with questions. And I, just as I always have, remain by your side, never once turning away. My eyes ever watchful over every step you take, even when the storm rages, even when the skies are shrouded in clouds. I am the one ready to lead you through every trial, to pull you back to the path of light when you lose your way, to hold you when your heart feels too heavy to carry on. This moment must not be taken lightly. It is a time when your decision could shape your entire life ahead, not by loud events or grand gestures, but through a quiet, powerful choice to live in the light, to let go of what no longer serves, to believe that goodness still waits for you. Don't let this sacred moment drift by like a breeze through the trees. Don't let the divine whisper be buried beneath the dust of habit, fear, or doubt. Listen, my beloved child, for I am speaking. The divine is calling you home, inviting you into a new chapter where your soul will be healed, restored, and walk fully in the wholeness I have prepared. You may not feel ready. You may think you need more time. But, my child, no one is ever truly ready for the greatness of their calling. Readiness comes with each step. Light does not illuminate the entire road at once, but shines just enough for the next step. And when you obey, when you bravely place your foot on the land of faith, the heavens begin to open, the doors begin to unlock, the forces of light begin to move, and you will no longer walk in silence, but with an entire heavenly army pushing you toward the radiant future you were born to receive. So do not hesitate. My child, believe that you are chosen. Remember that I have never left you, never stopped believing in you, never ceased dreaming on your behalf. Rise with a heart both tender and courageous. Open your soul to the light and whisper, Father, I am ready. And in that very moment, everything will begin to shift, not because the world outside has changed, but because you have within, from a faith awakened, from a trust rightly placed in me. I am here, my beloved. I am always here, and I wait not to condemn you, but to lead you, not to control you, but to walk beside you, not to live instead of you, but to live with you in every heartbeat, every longing, every step forward into the light. Choose the light, and the light will choose you. Step forward, and the angels will step with you. Believe, and all of heaven will rejoice, for a soul has dared to say yes in a world still unsure. I love you, and I have always believed in you. So now, my child, believe in yourself, for the miracle is already beginning today. This very moment, if only you choose not to miss it. If you feel trapped, if you feel overwhelmed by the lies surrounding you, return to the word of the Lord your God. Let his word become the sword that cuts through the darkness. Let it be the light that leads you out of confusion and into clarity. The enemy wants you to believe you're alone in this battle, that you are powerless against deception, but that is a lie. You are not alone. You carry the power of the divine within you. You have the word of God to guide you, to protect you, and to lead you to victory. When you stand on the foundation of truth, when you trust in God's word, no deception can overcome you. You are more than a conqueror, and nothing can separate you from the love of God. Amen. As a child of the Most High, he is always beside you in every moment, in every breath, reminding you to live in faith and in the love that flows unceasingly from him. Follow and turn on notifications, that you may never miss a single word from heaven I speak to your heart. Amen.